4 years ago, we compared US and UK KFC, and since then, a lot has changed.
Many of our favorites have disappeared from the menu. Some new favorites have emerged. Prices have gone up, and some might say the quality has gone down. Is this true?
There's a lot to discuss, so let's get into it. Back in 2020, the UK had 3 bucket sizes when it came to KFC chicken. We still have 3 buckets, but now they're different sizes. Previously, we had a 6-piece, a 10-piece, and a 14-piece, but now in 2024, we have a 6-piece, we have an 8-piece, and we have a 12-piece. However, the 10 and the 14-piece do still exist. Now they're just bargain buckets which can only be ordered with sides.
Same as in 2020, we have buckets of 8 pieces. Ugh. 12 pieces. 16 piece. Stop. Stop. All right. It's a lot of chicken.
Recently, KFC customers have taken to the internet to complain about the supposed shrinking of their chicken pieces across the past 4 years. Obviously, this is difficult to prove because chickens vary in size. As far back as 2021 in our US versus Japan episode, Joe found a questionably small thigh piece, for example.
Come on, guys. This isn't whatever this is supposed to be. So we here at Food Wars want to help all KFC customers. What we're going to do right now is find the average weight of each chicken piece. So in the future, you can check the weight of your chicken against our average. So first thing we'll do, the obvious one's the legs. This looks like an average leg, right? 5 American chicken, what are these, drums?
Our breasts average 160 grams, so our thighs on average were 113 grams, and our wings average 75 grams each.
Nice, KFC.
We only found 4 keels in our entire chicken order today, but we'll weigh 4 of those. The keel average was 114 grams, so our wings and drums are like a touch bigger, but everything else is way smaller.
Interesting, KFC. Interesting.
So here are the average weights for both countries' chicken pieces at KFC. Bookmark it, screen grab it, share it to your friends. If your chicken weighs less than this, you might be getting ripped off.
One major shift for KFC since our original episode is the now signature menu item, the KFC chicken sandwich. Tested in 2020, but rolled out across the US after our episode in 2021, this was KFC's response to the Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A Great Chicken Sandwich War. Starting in 2019, Popeyes and Chick-fil-A saw huge growth thanks in part to chicken sandwich sales. So KFC and roughly 20 other chains eventually jumped into the mix. Took them a minute, but when it was released, KFC reported selling over twice as many as its previous sandwiches and said to have had a hard time keeping up with the demand. Personally, I love this sandwich. Let's see how much it weighs. Our chicken sandwich, 245 grams.
Unfortunately, that has not made its way to the UK, and we just have the fillet burger. It's a sesame seed bun with lettuce, mayo, and chicken. The UK fillet burger weighs 175 grams. Also, yes, we call this a fillet burger, not a filet burger. That extra L in there when we spell it makes a difference. What about fries? Well, in the UK, we still just have 2 sizes, regular and large.
KFC also still has 2 fry sizes, the original and the large. Our largest fry.
Our large fries weighed 171 grams, so we've actually got more compared to 2020.
You know, over the past 4 years, I've weighed the large KFC fries like 8 times. Let's go ahead and add that weight and see how we've done over the years. Now, looking at the weight of the KFC fries over this many episodes, so 248, kind of on the lower side over the past 4 years. I know there's a lot of variation with who's scooping the fries or whatever. One thing on everyone's mind nowadays is cost. Inflation has jacked up the prices of just about everything, especially fast food. Take this 16-piece meal. A 16-piece bucket of chicken with 4 sides in 2020 was $43.99. In 2024, $49.99. A $6 or 13.6% increase over the past 4 years.
Back in 2020, we were able to get a 14-piece party bucket for $32.99. That included the chicken, 4 regular fries, 2 corn on the cobs, a large gravy, large beans, and a large drink. That specific deal is not available anymore, but ordering those exact same items not as part of a deal nowadays will cost you £32.85. So that's actually a 0.45% price decrease.
The pre-vamped crispy kernel sandwich in 2020 was $4.99. Today, the famous KFC chicken sandwich is $5.99. That's a $1 or 20% increase.
A fillet burger in the UK back in 2020 set you back £5.09. The fillet burger now will cost you £5.99.
A large fry fry, the large drink, this is a medium, imagine it bigger, and the famous bowl. All more expensive since 2020. Stop the madness!
I'm sure my fellow Brits will be shocked to learn that a regular pot of beans was £1.59 4 years ago. Today the price is £1.99. That means the price has risen by a quarter in just 4 years.
Since 2020, US prices went up 21.3%, and US wages went up 19.4%. The US federal minimum wage has been $7.25 per hour since 2009, but more than 30 states have increased that amount. For instance, in 2020, California's minimum wage was $12 per hour, and in 2024, it's $16 or $20 if you work as a fast food employee. DC, Washington State, Massachusetts, Maryland, and Connecticut are the other highest minimum wage states. It's fair to note that in the past 12 months, US wage growth has beaten inflation, but seemingly not by much. In April, growth was 3.9% versus inflation, which was 3.4%.
Since 2020 in the UK, prices have gone up on average 21.7%. The good news is that base level wages in the UK have risen by 29.7%. Good for us. In 2020, the UK national living wage per hour was £8.72. That's risen to £11.44. Although I will say, I think middle earners in the UK are still kind of getting squeezed by the cost of living.
In the US, these price increases have not made customers happy. In 2024, Yum Brands, which owns KFC, reported a 2% decline in KFC's same-store sales in the first quarter of this year. At the same time, Popeyes saw a 0.5% increase in same-store sales. Now, not great, but some growth. So people are still eating fried chicken.
It's a different story in China, where in the past 4 years, China has become Yum Brand's biggest market.
KFC's revenue in China was $7.2 billion in 2022. So China's still eating KFC, and I do not blame them. If you watch our US versus China episode, they had a giant Hong Kong-style chicken leg. Man, I would love to bite into one of those.
Back in the US and the UK, KFC has recently introduced value menus to try and bring some of those customers back. In the UK, we now have the Kentucky Savers menu. It has about 21 various deals, including individual items and box meals. For example, here we have a snack box. It's one piece of original recipe chicken plus fries for $2.99. Here is the snack box bundle. In the box, you get popcorn, chicken, and fries, and it also comes with a little mini fillet burger, which unfortunately they forgot today. This is the gravy mega box. Here you get one piece of chicken, 2 hot wings, a mini fillet, a regular gravy, and a large order of fries for £5.49. And we have the Colonel meal, 2 pieces, regular fries, and a drink for £6.49. All in all, I appreciate the effort that they've made to try and make KFC a little bit more affordable. I feel like the most food for your money is probably this gravy mega box. This feels pretty hefty.
Here in the US, we have several value deals which vary by location, so these are a few you can get in Los Angeles. Down here is a $4.99 meal for one. It's 2 pieces of chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and an extra biscuit. Right in front of me, we have the meal for 2, 5 pieces of chicken, 2 sides, and 2 drinks. All this, $20. There are several family meals, such as this one. 6-piece bucket of chicken, 4 sides. I condensed the menu and realized I didn't get enough. And 4 extra biscuits, also for $20. Wait, this is $20 and this is $20? Yeah, I think this is probably the better choice here, guys. There's also a Taste of KFC deal. It's temporary, and it's only on Tuesdays. Today's not a Tuesday, but they include something like a bucket of 8 pieces of chicken for $10.
Here's everything from a KFC in the UK that you don't have in the US.
Here are the KFC exclusives in the US you won't find in the UK. One thing that still hasn't made over the UK, and I don't know why, is extra crispy style chicken. The UK, listen to me, as it implies, it is crunchier. I'm assuming more breaded. I don't know what they're doing differently, but usually the flavor is just so much more intense. Let's try it. Listen up. Okay, volume up. Even if you just like are traveling through America via like an airport layover or something, get the KFC extra crispy. It's so good. It's definitely worth it. Also, somewhere in the US, you can get grilled chicken, and they also have spicy style, but not where I am.
I got to try the extra crispy on a foreign exchange episode, and honestly, it's really good. I wish we had it over here. My main criticism of KFC's normal chicken in the UK is that it is a bit soggy sometimes. In the UK, we have a lot of chicken burger options. We have a range of tower burgers. Now, a tower burger in the UK is KFC's way of saying that there is a hash brown inside it. I guess it kind of works because adding that hash brown does add a good amount of height to the burger. This is the regular fillet tower burger. So you have the chicken, which is the original recipe seasoning, mayo, lettuce, cheese, as well as the hash brown and some tomato sauce. You can also get a barbecue fillet tower burger, which is the same concept, but with barbecue sauce instead of the classic tomato. And we have the Zinger Supercharger tower burger. The Zinger refers to the actual chicken itself. The breading of the chicken is a bit spicier on this one. And then we have the Supercharger sauce, which is also a slightly like spicy mayo, kind of like a sriracha mayo type vibe. All in all, I do think adding a hash brown is a worthy inclusion on these burgers. Of the three, I do think the Zinger one is definitely my favorite, so I'll give it a quick try. Yeah, I think compared to the regular one, that extra bit of seasoning in the chicken goes a long way. When it comes to the Zinger burger, you can also get this just as a single burger, kind of like the fillet burger, or you can get the Zinger Stacker burger. Stacker is KFC's way of saying double. This looks pretty well assembled. It actually looks like they've put some sauce between the patties as well. This is a bit of a beast. Even without the hash brown, just the addition of that extra chicken patty really bulks it out a lot. The sauce definitely has a kick to it, that kind of like red sweet chili sauce on that one. It's very tasty.
Come on, yes, you know, we got the KFC chicken sandwich. This thing, a work of art. I love it. Been eyeing it all day. Gotta take a bite. That's the best fast food chicken sandwich. Maybe Popeyes is better, depends on the day, but Popeyes and KFC got the #1 and #2 slot. Period. You can also get that sandwich spicy version. Yes, they had a spicy sauce in here, pickles, which I don't like, but the spicy version of the sandwich is really fantastic. I'm going in, baby. For a limited time, there's also a saucy chicken sandwich. It is the chicken sandwich with a sauce. Hence, saucy. I believe this is the Korean barbecue. Red new sauces to an arguably perfect chicken sandwich. And all the way down here, we got the Chicken Little. Look at this guy. I mean, it's a tender with pickles. We should go back in the Food Wars archives. I don't think I remember it ever being like a tender. I think I remember it being more of a patty. Looks to be like a chicken tender in between these tiny little buns. It's fine. A bit around the pickle.
One that they forgot to give us today, unfortunately, was the mini fillet burger. As the name suggests, it's just a very small version of the regular fillet burger. One thing we could get today, though, is the vegan burger. This came to the menu in 2019. Obviously, they're cooked in a lot of the same herbs and spices that the regular chicken would be. They fry these off-site and then heat them up in the restaurant, never in the same oil that the chicken's in, so they are an actual vegan option. Looking at you, Burger King. You definitely get a similar to chicken texture. Weirdly, I think the pepper comes through. I think they've like seasoned this maybe a little bit more than they even would with the regular chicken fillets. I do think this is one of the best vegan fast food things in the UK right now. KFC in the UK has a line of Twister wraps. Before I even try the food, I like the packaging. It's clever. So, waha. The Twister wrap is a flour tortilla, and inside you have chicken, slaw, and a sauce of your choosing. There are 4 options when it comes to the Twister wraps. You have a Kentucky mayo one, a Supercharger mayo one, sweet barbecue, and sweet chili. The only thing that changes is the sauce, so I just got the one here. This is the Supercharger one. It looks pretty good though. You get the grill marks from where they've clearly actually pressed the tortilla. These are pretty good, honestly. It's like a grab and go meal. It's cleaner to eat compared to like a thing of fried chicken.
Not a big wraps guy, but I do remember enjoying the flaming hot one for foreign exchange.
KFC in the UK offers rice boxes and salad boxes. Here is one of the rice boxes. This is the original recipe one. You get the chicken, and then you get a salad as well. Alternatively, you can just get the salad box, where you get the chicken, but instead of the rice, you just get like a double order of salad. Both of these can be ordered as either original, zinger, or veggie versions.
At some point in the past 4 years, KFC 86 the popcorn chicken. Why? I have no idea. Recently, they introduced nuggets. But by the looks of it, they're popcorn chicken, but a little bit bigger. I don't know what happened here. We got a picture of popcorn chicken from earlier episodes. Is it that different? Regardless, our nuggets come in 5, 8, 10, and 12 pieces. Currently, you can get them either regular or the before mentioned saucy. The nuggets, and also the chicken breast for the chicken sandwiches, can be sauced in a wide variety of these sauces. Korean barbecue. Better as a nugget than a sandwich. A lot saltier than you'd think. Mango habanero. Whoa! I like the better than the Korean one. It's got a heat to it. Fast food heat. You know it's there, but it's not. You can definitely eat that whole thing. Chipotle ranch. Just okay. That's the worst one so far. Honey garlic. That's really good. I put that one second. Honey sriracha. I guess KFC is moving honey apparently. Kind of underwhelming. Towards the bottom. The curious and sort of alarming sticky chicky. It's a sweet and sour chicken. Perfectly fine. These nuggets are really good. I do like them. Most of the sauces I enjoy. I guess maybe they figured they can't have popcorn chicken and nuggets on the menu.
No nuggets here, but yes, we do still have the popcorn chicken. They look pretty similar to the nuggets. I guess it's just a small size difference. Popcorn chicken in the UK comes as either small, medium, or large. Also, we still have wings on our menu. As far as I'm aware, the wings are always hot wings. There's no flavor options. As you can see, they're like way crispier than the usual chicken is. You get those little flecks of breading that kind of crisp up in the fryer. They do have a little bit of heat to them. I'm still surprised you guys don't have those. I know Joe tried these and was pretty impressed.
The UK has wings and the US does not. This is insanity. Everything is upside down.
They're still not nuggets, but what we do have are these dipped bites. The dipped bites are relatively new to the menu. They are a suspiciously nugget-shaped piece of chicken, which are coated in a sauce of your choosing. We have 3 flavor options for these. We have a buffalo dipped bite, we have a Kansas barbecue dipped bite, and we have sweet chili dipped bites. Gonna be honest, not a fan of these as a concept. They're served in these plastic lidded pots with no ventilation, and what you end up with is these extremely soggy, quite sad nuggets. I just think soggy, textureless breading has got to be one of the worst things to eat. KFC in the UK, I actually think is doing quite a lot of things well. These are not one of them.
Obviously, we have this corn. UK has corn on the cob. And I have to say, with the stick, I think I would prefer the corn on the cob to corn off the cob. Corn's fine.
In America, they have corn off the cob, whereas we have corn on the cob. I don't know which option I prefer. I quite like corn on the cob. It's satisfying to get your gnashes around a bit of corn like this, although you do end up with a bit more stuck in your teeth. I don't know if it's just because my body is now like crying out for nutrients or not, but pretty good corn.
Mac and cheese, come on. Come on. Mac and cheese at KFC, very good. Biscuits. We've gone back and forth the UK about biscuits. These are not scones or scones or whatever Harry calls them. Okay, it's a biscuit. It's like buttermilk, right? And flour, I think. They're dry, sort of savory. You need them with butter. They're good for sopping up sauces and juices. This thing, the driest thing on the planet. I'm gonna chew on this for a month.
Of course, baked beans are a UK exclusive, although I did think America might have had these on the menu as well. To me, these aren't really British beans. British beans to me are more like a Heinz, where it's quite a sweet tomato-based sauce. Whereas the beans you get at KFC are a bit more barbecue, a bit more savory than I think most Brits are used to, and definitely a bit darker in color. I actually haven't tried these in a while, and they're not quite as barbecue-y as I remember.
All right, the famous bowl, more like the infamous bowl. This used to have popcorn chicken on it back in 2020. Now they have replaced the very popular nuggets. I think I'd prefer smaller chicken distributed around this than these bigger nuggets. I think this is a misstep, KFC. I really think it is. For those of you who don't know, for whatever reason, this whole tub is filled with mashed potatoes. They also added corn and cheese and chicken nuggets, and they covered it with gravy. I don't know what the hell to make of this. It is pure insanity. Gotta try it. See, like already, this nugget's too big to get with everything else. The popcorn chicken was way better for this, guys. This whole thing's potatoes. They're just selling you a huge tub of mashed potatoes with like gravy, corn, cheese, and chicken on it. I don't know who's gotten this more than once. If you honestly, if you're watching this and this is your favorite thing, you get this more than once a year and you've had it at least twice, I want you in the comments to defend this. Because I don't understand why you would get this over like nuggets and mashed potatoes and gravy fries, like a normal meal.
I got to try the famous bowl in America, and honestly, it was really disappointed. Of all the things for it to taste of, I actually thought the corn kind of came through the most strongly, which is not what I expected and not what I was hoping for. However much my body is crying out for nutrients, I still don't want to eat this garden salad. It's lettuce, tomato, corn, and a frankly absurd amount of salad dressing.
And finally, the pot pie. Yuli loves it. I think it's just okay. It's big though, right? This is a meal. Okay. Let's break in there. Not a big peas guy, or like, I like carrots, but warm carrots are kind of weird. Yeah, this does have a nice taste to it.
I do think the chicken pot pie could take off in the UK with a few minor adjustments, because we do love our meat pies over here. And our final side is this southern rice. I know that when Joe tried this in the UK, he was not impressed. It's like a lightly tomatoey, peppery rice. There's like a tiny bit of heat. There's like a whiff of chili powder in there.
All your sides, your beans, the southern rice, nah, not very good. We have a few exclusive desserts over here. This is new, definitely didn't have this in 2020. Apple pie poppers. I'm assuming it's just a little apple pie bite. Apple pie with American fried chicken seems like a yin and yang. Yeah, it's got a nice taste to it. Also, the chocolate chip cake. I mean, I don't have a fork, so. It's just okay. There's also a Colonel Homestyle brownie, which we could not get.
We have a few exclusive desserts from a UK KFC. Unfortunately, most of these are ice cream based and the ice cream machine was broken today. I guess McDonald's aren't the only ones. The other slight hiccup that we have with this is that we were supposed to get the exclusive cookie, which is white chocolate chip. However, they gave us just regular chocolate chip instead. And then our final exclusive dessert is a pineapple stick. It's literally just a stick of pineapple. It seems to have been frozen and defrosted.
Exclusive sauce is in front of me, you know what that means. Sauce talk.
Sauce talk.
We have 4 dips on the menu in the UK that you can't find in the US, starting with spicy supercharger mayo. Honestly, it's pretty good. I think spicy mayo in general is like a favorite condiment of mine. Just that nice, creamy, spicy, salty, tangy flavor contrast.
Honey mustard. It's just okay. Ooh, the KFC sauce. Colonel's got a special sauce. Pretty good. Tastes like a brown mustard and probably a mayo.
Here we have the sticky sweet chili sauce. Nice balance of the sweetness and the heat.
Honey barbecue sauce. They love their honey over there at KFC. Everything's got honey in it now, right? That tastes really good. Got a nice smoky flavor to it.
Here we have a smoky barbecue sauce. Quite thick and gelatinous, this one. Pretty good barbecue sauce. Not too in your face, you know.
America's obsessed with ranch. Well, I got some bad news for you. This ranch tastes like all the other ranches. Because, as I've said 100 times...
And then finally we have a garlic buttermilk mayo. I guess this is like our take on ranch, maybe. Yeah, definitely got like a slight ranch vibe to it.
This is Buffalo Ranch. Actually, that's pretty good. I don't know if it's always been called this or they're rebranding it, but the Sticky Chicky, AKA sweet and sour sauce. Do not like. I like sweet and sour sauce, but this, just not hit. You know what it is? It just feels like just sweet sauce. I'm not getting any sour from it. It doesn't taste sweet like honey, which I like. In 2020, we had something called the Finger Licking Good Sauce. It might be the KFC sauce rebranded, I don't remember, but KFC dropped the Finger Licking Good branding during COVID.
Then we're on to the drinks. Firstly in the UK, we have Crush'ems. It's basically KFC's take on a milkshake, however they also crush up, hence the name Crush'ems, little pieces of things like chocolate bars and add them into the mixture. We have 2 exclusives today, including an Aero Mint Crush'em and a Milky Bar Crush'em. Aero is great. It's like an aerated chocolate so that you bite into it and it has these little kind of air pockets and it kind of melts on your mouth. It's very satisfying. Love mint chocolate, and here is the Milky Bar. That really does taste like milky, is the predominant flavor there. I'm into it. I will say if you get them fresh from the shop, they are much more resemblant of a milkshake.
Every time we do a KFC, they're doing something fun with the drinks, and this round, they're doing something where they're adding tropical passion fruit flavor to most of their fountain drinks. I didn't get all of them, I got the ones that sounded good. So starting all the way down here, I want to start it off with my man, Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning. I know it makes it sound like a 13-year-old boy, but I love that so much. I really do. 1, 2, 3, these 4 drinks, I added the tropical passion fruit flavor to it. I'm not quite sure which is which. I think visually I got it though. I'm pretty sure this is the tropical passion fruit lemonade. Mix it up. And it is fantastic. Oh man, that's really good.
When it comes to soft drinks in the UK, KFC stocks Pepsi products. That means we have things like Pepsi Max Cherry, as well as a 7-Up Free and a Tango. For the Americans who might not know what Tango is, it's kind of like an alternative to Fanta. The most popular flavor is orange, but they also do, I think, an apple one and maybe a few others.
Tropical passion fruit starry. Because he's been sitting, all the tropical passion fruit flavor has got to the bottom. See, I'm like kicking it up. Could the tropical passion fruit save starry? Nope, still bad. You know what is probably good is this one right here. It is tropical passion fruit Mountain Dew, a sweet, a lightning. I think I'm about to be introduced to my new favorite beverage. You see, here's what you gotta do. You gotta let it swirl like it's a fine wine, you know? Really opens up the flavor, opens up the aroma, gets the tannins circulated, so it's ready for the, what am I saying? All right, here we go. Oh God. I'm like mainlining flavor right. You cannot believe how intense this is right now. It's intense. It's intense. Check it out.
Here we have a Robinson's Fruit Shoot. These are more of a kid's beverage, but you know, which adult doesn't occasionally like a fruit shoot?
Tropical passion fruit, sweet tea. Oh yeah. I'd get behind that. If you don't want to add tropical passion fruit flavor to your soda, I don't know why you wouldn't. You can also go untropically passion fruited beverages like Starry, 7-Up for Gen Z. I hate it. Like, that's 7-Up. Any fans of the show who don't live in the UK, you'd be surprised to know that in the UK, they call what we consider Sprite lemonade. No! That's not lemonade. Lemonade is not carbonated. Lemonade is this. It's this lemon sort of juice, but not really. I don't know how else I can describe it. It's lemonade. So we have American-style lemonade. Ah, I did it the first time. At KFC, it's very good.
UK KFCs also sell a full range of hot drinks. The one I got today was a PG Tips tea, but then we also have a full range of espresso drinks, including an espresso, a latte, a cappuccino, and an Americano. I've never had a KFC coffee before. I don't know how much I trust them, but they're on the menu.
Now that I think about it, coffee at a chicken shop seems kind of weird. I couldn't imagine having a latte or a cappuccino with fried chicken. I like both those things put together. Yeah, I think it's kind of weird. Sadly, we've lost a few key menu items at KFC in the past 4 years. Right now, Food Wars would like to pay tribute to them. It seems like only a few changes in the US, but as you've probably picked up by now, no wings and no popcorn chicken is a big deal to me.
One thing that UK KFC has changed since our first video is its commitment to animal welfare. Or so they said.
In 2021, the YouTuber Nico Amalana filmed a video for joe.co.uk at a chicken farm operated by the meat company Moy Park, which sells chickens to KFC. The video portrayed conditions at the farm as favorable for the chicken's welfare, but the video was sponsored by KFC.
A separate film crew went to the same farm in 2022 with members of the vegan food group VFC. That footage led to a backlash against KFC over what some people believed to be a misleading portrait of their farming practices. The footage showed sick, injured, and dead birds lying on the floor.
KFC responded, "We take the welfare of the chickens in our supply chain extremely seriously. We will continue to work with Moy Park to ensure these standards are being met and will continue to drive transparency, removing misconceptions and ensuring accountability across the industry."
In 2021, the World Animal Protection Organization released a report grading the big fast food chains on their chicken welfare policies. They gave KFC a score of very poor, the lowest possible ranking.
In the US, the KFC brand is struggling. Same-store sales have declined. Last year, they fell behind Popeyes. Popeye sales are up 71% in the past 5 years, compared to that of just 17% for KFC. In 2023, other chicken chains like Chick-fil-A, Bojangles, and Raising Cane's also saw higher growth.
KFC sales were up by 6% in 2023. It's also trying to accelerate its UK growth by buying 200 franchises back from a franchisee. KFC is the 7th most popular dining brand in the UK and its most popular chicken chain.
As the US portion of Food Wars, I think this is my 9th KFC episode, and my opinion towards KFC has changed, and it is way more favorable for KFC. When we first started, I was like, yeah, KFC's pretty good. We tried it, I'm like, yeah, actually I kind of like it. I've shot probably at least one, but mostly more like 2 KFC episodes every year since then, and every time I get it, I'm like, yeah, KFC is kind of awesome.
I do think my perception of KFC was affected slightly by the animal rights controversy. I think particularly now with the rise in other chicken chains in the UK, the competition is just a little bit higher, and I'm a little bit worried that KFC isn't doing enough to keep up. Since we first started doing Food Wars, we've added restaurants like Popeyes and Jollibee to the UK fast food roster. There's a lot of things that those two chains are doing really well, I think in terms of things like the crispiness of the chicken and a little bit extra when it comes to the flavors. I think KFC has remained pretty consistent in the UK, and that is commendable in itself.
That being said, I don't go to KFC outside of shooting the show. I'll hit it if I'm on the road, but I'm not by one. I like to go out and eat. I don't do a lot of delivery, so I'm not eating at KFC that much more often, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably get one when I'm on the road.
Having now been to America and tried their KFC, I think the main thing that stood out to me was that extra crispy chicken. If they could just make that the standard chicken in the UK, honestly, I think it would do them a world of good. For me, it's maybe something that's like a snack lunch in a hurry when I'm on the go and I just want one of those little boxes, or it's just gonna be like an airport or a service station food where the options are a bit limited.
Hey, thanks for watching Food Wars. We have a new episode every Sunday right here on Food Insider. Be sure to subscribe and let us know in the comments what comparisons you'd like to see us do in future episodes.